February 16th, 1996. You did something in your career that you have never done until that particular day. Very storied career, but you only did this thing one time, hitting a three-pointer in a game. You recall?
I told Brian Hill I wanted to shoot a three. He told me no, so he called the inbound play for somebody else. I intercepted the ball and shot it off the glass and it went in.
Well, it's interesting that you say that because I actually did some recon, talked to 3D, and he said basically before the play was drawn up for Penny. And Shaq said, you pass me it and I'm gonna hit that. Is that accurate or not?
Sounds like me.
Then following the play, after you go to the bench, you're sitting next to 3D and you're telling him, I told you.
Listen, everyone knows that I'm a prolific MF scorer. MF stands for most frequent. Most frequent. So, you know, we were up at that point. I wanted to shoot a three. I like to entertain the people.
So this play was never practiced? There was never a situation where you did this in a practice setting?
I started as a shooter, believe it or not. High school, junior high, AAU, started as a shooter. And then when I realized that the Shaq character was feared as a powerful player, I stuck to that.
So let's talk about the guys today, because they tend to shoot J's, three-pointers. You have Embiid, you have Gasol. All these guys out here shooting the long ball. What are your thoughts on it?
I just think that they're products of their environment. When I was playing, I was killing all the dominant big guys off. Then you had a lot of European guys coming in, you know, Dirk and all those guys playing that way. So I guess the guys that weren't able to, you know, bring the funk and said, yeah, I don't think I could throw balls and play every game, but I could pick and pop and shoot that jumper. So it's not that I have something against those guys. It's probably my fault that guys don't play in the post bang 'em basketball style anymore.
Steph Curry, arguably the greatest shooter.
Player under the rim ever.
You've said on a number of occasions that he's your favorite player to watch. You pay money to see him play. Why is that? Is it the three ball or is it the other aspects?
It's the three ball, the other aspects of the game, the way he played, the way he wasn't highly talked about coming up, and he just worked to get that position. You know, as a fan, as a father who has sons, it's actually really good basketball to watch because they play the right way. Even though he does his stuff and, you know, Durant does everything, they play great team ball. In my opinion, he's the greatest player under the rim. Like the greatest player ever, all aspects of the game to me is Mike. Defense, above the rim, below the rim, dominated the championship, but the greatest player below the rim, I got to give it to him.
So moving forward, of course, not playing anymore, retired. I've seen highlights, footage where you're calling yourself the Black Steph Curry, knocking down threes with consistency, showing your sons that you actually can do it.
Steph Curry, the Black Steph Curry. My real game in LA Fitness and 24-hour fitness, I be killing people. And the crazy thing is I don't go to being Shaq. Like I'm on the wing, crossing people up, look away passes. But yeah, that's my real game out there. I'm dominant out there.
Another spectacular moment in your career also took place in New Jersey when you tore down the entire basket. Stanchion, backboard, all that got torn down. Number one, was there anything that was different that day? You seemed to have some extra strength. Was there anything that you did that was different than the normal routine?
I always had to put myself in anger mode to play at the highest level. Dwayne Shinsich, rest in peace. Never met him, never had anything against him, but he went to Florida. So now I got that SEC war thing going on in my head. So when I get it, I gotta, you know, make my mark felt. The rim was probably weak because if you look at the dunk, it wasn't really a powerful dunk. I did go up strong because I know he was behind me. Can't let a guy from the SEC block it. So I went up extra strong, and when I pulled on the rim, I admit I did get some extra because I wanted to dunk and pull myself up and swing with that and be ah. But when I did that, the thing started falling, so I had to release. And when I ducked down like this, I was like, please don't fall on me. And then I was getting ready to pick my head up, and that damn shot clock hit me in the head. But see, when you get hit in the head in front of everybody, you can't act like it hurt. You got to play it off. So when it hit me, I was like, but then when I got to the time, I was like, damn, I need some icy hot. Damn, shoulder broke.
Orlando, last game, Dennis Scott was starting. Bowie was coming off the bench as Hill follows and almost and does bring down the entire backcourt.
That's one we haven't seen.
There was another situation earlier in that season when you're out in Phoenix. Charles Barkley was there watching.
And I hated Charles Barkley. Not to the point to where I disliked him. It was a karate mode thing. You know, we talked about this before, that Growing up, I watched a lot of karate movies, and the basis of those movies are the young master must take out the top master. And Barkley is a legend, right? But I want his spot. Magic Johnson's a legend. I want his spot. Jordan's a legend. All these guys are ahead of me. I want their spot. They hurt my name, but now you have to feel the name. So every time I got the ball, I wanted Charles Barkley to know who Shaquille was. And if you go back to the footage, I want you to play it slow. When I dunk, Charles does this. And that's exactly what I want. Like when you pulling it down, you see Charles go like this. And now I'm working with his fat ass.
So okay, what is the actual count? I've done my research. I know you broke one at LSU. I've seen a pickup game where you tore one down. I've seen the two that you had in the NBA.
The actual count is 6. The actual rims that I broke are all in my gym in Orlando. I have 5 homes, and in front of each home I planted a broken rim tree. And this is, in commemoration, in memory of the rims that I broke.
So going to the broken rim conversation. Now, is there any player since you've left the game in the NBA, outside of the NBA, that you think could do something similar? Maybe break a rim, bring down. Is there anybody that you've seen?
Early on, there was a kid that played in Orlando by the name of Dwight Howard. I thought he was close. And then I think the injuries probably took toll on him and he wanted to do other things. But if he had that killer focus, he would have been one that definitely could have got it done. Because like early in Orlando when he was playing for Van Gundy, he was definitely a monster.